Chronological Bible in a Year, day 123. Today we are in Psalm 106 and 107, and I want to pause and look at two moments in Psalm 106. But first I want to ask, have you ever had your life saved? And I'm not talking about a spiritual level, I'm saying like physically. Were you about to get hit by a car and someone pushed you out of the way? Put yourself in any of these superhero movies and like the hero catches you and stops you from a train or whatever it may be. Have you ever experienced that? I haven't, but I feel like if I had, I would sense an inability to repay the person who saved me. I would, no matter how much they tried to shrug it off, I would feel a life debt to this person for the rest of that life. Take that thought into these two verses. First, verse 23. Therefore, God said he would destroy Israel if Moses, his chosen one, had not stood in the gap before him, to turn away his wrath from destroying them. This is referencing Exodus 32 when Moses comes down from Mount Sinai and Israel is worshiping an idol, a golden calf that they just put together. God is like, that's it. I'm going to destroy them. A new nation will come from Moses. And Moses is like, whoa, hold up. Let's give them another chance. And Moses stands in the gap. But that wasn't the only time. In verse 30, the psalmist writes, Phinehas stood up and intervened, and the plague was brought to a halt. This is referencing Numbers 25, where the sons of Israel started to worship Baal through like sexual worship with the Moabites. And so God sent a plague to destroy them all. And Phinehas, seeing what's going on, he grabbed a spear, he tracked down one of the guys and speared him and the woman through, killing them, and the plague came to an end. Both of these men, Moses and Phinehas, they stood in the gap. They stood between God and destruction and said no more. They intervened. To quote another great storyteller, George Lucas, it's kind of like poetry. They rhyme. Only in this instance, we're not talking Star Wars, we're talking Old Testament and New Testament. We see Moses and Phinehas standing in the gap, saving Israel from God's destruction, in the same way that today we see Jesus standing in the gap, saving us from hell. How different would your life be if you had that life debt daily thinking about how that person saved you from that train, from that car, from whatever that was? Why don't we look at Jesus with that same life debt? Jesus stood and stands in the gap for us. Why aren't we daily thinking about how much we owe him? So here's our prayer for today. Jesus, I'm sorry I overlooked the great sacrifice you made. I thank you today. Let's thank Jesus today for standing in the gap. I'm looking forward. We're going to be back in Chronicles tomorrow. But until then, God bless.